Welcome back everyone. Line by line explanation of Julius Caesar Act 1 Scene 2 Part 3. Do check the pinned comment section for all important video links and playlists related to your syllabus. Today we'll start from here. Casca, you pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me? तुमने मेरा शाल पकड़कर मुझे खींचा है. बताओ ब्रूटस, क्या कहना चाहते हो तुम? Casca, tell us what has chanced happened today that Caesar looks so sad. Caesar इतना उदास क्यों लग रहा है? क्या हुआ ऐसा कि Caesar इतना उदास है? बताओ हमें Casca. Why? You were with him, were you not? तुम तो Caesar के साथ ही थे ना Brutus? I should not then ask Casca what had chanced. अगर मैं Caesar के साथ होता तो तुमसे ये प्रश्न क्यों पूछता? Why? There was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by, he pushed it away with the back of his hand thus. And then the people fell a shouting. What is the meaning of fell a shouting? The people started shouting. A crown was offered to him, and when it was offered to him, Caesar pushed it away with the back of his hand in this manner, and then the people started shouting. उस जुलूस में सीजर को ताज पहनाने की पेशकश हुई और जब ताज उसके सामने रखा गया तो सीजर ने इस तरह अपने उल्टे हाथ से ताज को हटा दिया. इस पर लोगों ने खूब नारे लगाए. What was the second noise for? और दूसरी बार क्या बात था कि इतना शोर शराबा, इतना हो हल्ला था? वही बात था. सेकेंड टाइम भी सीजर ने अपने उल्टे हाथ से ताज को हटाया था. Why? For that too he had pushed away the crown for the second time. They shouted thrice. 3 बार हो हल्ला हुआ था. आखिरी बार क्या बात था? What was the last cry for? Why for that too again? Was the crown offered him thrice? 3 बार सीजर को क्राउन ताज पहनाने की पेशकश की गई थी. Casca. A. Marry. What is the meaning of A. Marry? Well, by Mary. This is a kind of oath. Mary, Mary. Virgin Mary, mother of Jesus. A. Mary was it. And he put it by thrice. 3 बार सीजर ने ताज को हटा दिया था अपने सामने से. Every time gentler than other. And at every putting by, whenever he pushed it away, mine honest neighbors. Who are honest neighbors? Honest neighbors, ironic way of saying foolish neighbors. The people, the common people of Rome who were standing beside Casca. What did these people do? These people shouted. तीसरी बार भी सीजर को ताजपोशी के लिए दावत दी गई और हर बार की तरह इस बारी भी सीजर ने मुलायमी से इनकार कर दिया. जेंटलियर. इस तरह हर बार इनकार करने से लोगों ने क्या किया? लोगों ने नारेबाजी की. ताज किसने पहनाया था? It was Antony who offered the crown. Why? Antony, tell us the manner of it. बताओ क्या हुआ था? डिटेल में हमें बताओ. Gentle Casca. I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. I may as well be hanged rather than tell you how it happened. It was merely foolish behavior. It was mere foolery. Now this speech delivered by Casca is very important. Learn this. सब बकवास थी. मैंने तो देखा ही नहीं. I did not mark it. I did not pay attention to it. I saw Mark Antony offer Caesar a crown. Yet it was not a crown neither. It was one of these coronets, small crowns. It was a garland of flowers worn on the head. And as I told you, Caesar pushed it away. But in spite of all his pushing it away, in my opinion, he wanted to accept it happily. And as I told you, he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, according to my analysis, he would fain have had it, fain gladly, happily. What is Casca's attitude towards Caesar? Casca को Caesar एकदम पसंद नहीं था. Casca भी Caesar से जलता था, just like Cassius. dislike for Caesar. This analysis shows that he is irritated, he is angry with Julius Caesar. So then he offered it to him again. This is the second time. Then he put it by again. Second time, but to my thinking again. Casca's analysis, he was very loath. He disliked to lay his fingers of it. Now what is the meaning of this? So it appeared he did not like to remove his fingers from the crown, indicating that he loved to have the crown offered to him. Caesar को वो ताज पहनना था, मगर सबके सामने वो ये कर नहीं पा रहा था. And then he offered it the third time. Third time में क्या हुआ? He put it the third time by. So तीसरी बार भी सीजर ने ताज को हटा दिया था. He put it the third time by, and still as he refused it, the rabblement, the crowd, the mob, hooted, shouted, and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. What is the meaning of hooted, shouted, and what is the meaning of nightcaps? Soft caps worn by day as well as by night. Stinking breath, bad smelling breath puffed out as they shouted. And soon fainted. Caesar fainted. तो क्या हुआ था? जब सीजर ने ऐसा किया, तब जनता के लोगों ने तालियां बजाई है, हो हल्ला मचाया है और हवा में अपनी टोपियां उछाली. इस कदर खुराफात और बेहुदगी का आलम था कि उस घुटन और भीड़ भाड़ में सीजर का दम घुटने लगा और उसे चक्कर आया और वो जमीन पर गिर पड़ा. जहां तक मेरा सवाल है, मैं उस तमाशे को देखकर हंसने की भी हिम्मत कैसे करता बताओ? और फिर उस भीड़ की तमाम बदबू मेरे मुंह में भी तो घुस जाती, इसीलिए मैं हंस भी नहीं पाया. For he swooned and fell down at it, and for mine own part I dared not laugh for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air, the foul smelling air. But soft, wait a little, I pray you, what did Caesar soon? Did Caesar faint? He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at mouth and was speechless. अरे सीजर तो बीच बाजार में गिर पड़ा, मुंह से झाग उठ रहे थे और कुछ बोल भी नहीं पा रहा था सीजर. इतना बुरा हाल था सीजर का. It is very like, it is possible, he hath the falling sickness, epilepsy. No, Caesar hath it not, but you and I, you Brutus, I, Cassius myself, an honest Casca. Look, Cassius is the clever manipulator. He calls Casca honest, addressing him as honest, honorable, in order to win his confidence. We have the falling sickness. हम लोग बहुत weak है. Mentally हम लोग weak है. इतने वीक है कि हम अब तक सीजर को झेल रहे हैं. I know not what you mean by that. मुझे ये पता नहीं तुम क्या बताना चाहते हो, तुम्हारा मतलब क्या है. But I am sure, मुझे ये पता है कि सीजर गिर पड़ा था. If the tag rag people, if the common people did not clap him and hiss him according as he pleased and displeased them as they used to do the plays in the theatre, I am no true man. I don't know what you mean by it, but I am sure Caesar fell down. If the common people did not applaud him or jeer at him whenever he pleased or displeased them as they are used to doing to the actors in the theatre, I am not an honest man. मुझे नहीं मालूम कि तुम्हारा क्या मतलब है, मगर ये सही है कि सीजर गिर पड़ा था. जैसा एक तमाशे में होता है कि बात बात पर तमाशियों की भीड़ तालियां बजाती है और शोरगुल करती है, बस वही आलम था. अगर गलत कहूं तो मैं झूठा कहलाऊंगा. आई एम टेलिंग द ट्रूथ. What said he when he came unto himself? उसने क्या बताया when he regained his consciousness? Mary, before he fell down, when he perceived, when he realized the common herd, that the common people were glad, were happy, he refused the crown, he plucked me ope his doublet, he unbuttoned his jacket, and offered them his throat to cut. And I had been a man of any occupation, had I been a man of action, had I been a man of any occupation, if I would not have taken him at a word, I might go to hell among the rogues. If I had been a man of action, I would have done what he had said. I wish I could go to hell among the unscrupulous people. And he fell, wo gir pada. When he came to himself again, when he regained his consciousness, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, anything wrong, he desired their worships to think it was his infirmity, it was his weakness. He asked the people to think that it was his weakness if he had done or said anything wrong. So, this is what had happened. तो जब उसे होश आया तो उसने क्या बताया? उसे होश आया तो वो बोला कि अगर उसने कोई गलत बात कह दी हो तो ये पूजनीय लोग उसे ख्याल ना करे, क्योंकि ये सब उसकी कमजोरी की वजह से गड़बड़ी हो गई है। तब मेरे पास 2-3 मजदूर औरतें खड़ी थी। There were 3 or 4 wenches, young women, where I stood, cried, Alas, good soul, and forgave him with all their hearts. These women sympathized with Caesar and forgave him with all their hearts. But there's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less. Even if Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done the same thing. They would have forgiven Caesar. So, they must not be taken seriously. Brutus. And after that, he came thus sad away. इसीलिए वो इतना उदास था. A. Did Cicero say anything? Cicero ने कुछ कहा था क्या? A. He spoke Greek. To what effect? What did he say? Nay, and I tell you that I will never look you in the face again. I'll never be able to face you if I tell you that, because I did not understand it. But those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads, but for mine own part it was Greek to me. What is the meaning? It was Greek to me, meaning I could not understand anything uttered by Cicero. And there were people who understood him, and they smiled at one another and shook their heads, but to me it did not mean anything. So I cannot tell you anything. मैं तुम लोगों को कुछ नहीं बोल सकता क्योंकि मुझे कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया. But I could tell you more news. मैं तुम्हें दूसरा एक न्यूज़ देता हूँ. And what is the news? Merulus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, are put to silence. Fare you well, there was more foolery yet. और सारे बकवास चीज भी वहां पे हुआ था. And if I could remember it, I will tell you everything in detail. So what is the other news given by Casca to Brutus and Cassius? Merulus and Flavius have been put to death, are put to silence, have been sentenced to death. Why? For pulling off ornamental scarves from Caesar's statues. Now this is significant. And what does this tell us about Caesar? Caesar तानाशाही बन गया था. Caesar एक tyrant बन गया था. He was a dictator. Merulus and Flavius disliked Caesar, and they were punished for it. They were killed mercilessly for this. This shows the tyranny of Julius Caesar. Will you sup with me tonight, Casca? तुम मेरे साथ डिनर खाओगे, कास्का? आज रात No. I am promised fourth. नहीं, मैं किसी और के साथ मैंने प्रॉमिस किया है और मैं उनके घर जाऊंगा. Will you dine with me tomorrow? कल तुम मेरे साथ डिनर खाओगे? A. If I be alive. If I am alive and your mind hold, if you do not change your mind and your dinner worth the eating, and if you cook a tasty meal, then I will definitely dine with you. Good. I'll expect you. Do so. Farewell, both. So, Casca agrees to dine with Cassius the next night. Exit Casca. And after the exit of Casca, Brutus and Cassius are there alone on the stage. What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He is such a dull fellow. He was quick metal. He was very lively when he went to school. Cassius, so is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. So according to Cassius we all know is a shrewd person. He is cunning. He is a shrewd judge of human nature. According to Cassius, Casca is now lively and active in performing any courageous act, even though he pretends to be slow-witted. However, he puts on this tardy form, pretense of being slow or stupid. वो सबको दिखाता है कि वो बहुत stupid है, वो बहुत slow है, मगर असलियत में वो बहुत चालाक है और वो बहुत फुर्तीला है. और उसे तुम अगर कुछ ऐसा काम दो जिसमें courage चाहिए तो वो काम जरूर कर देगा. This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men stomach to digest his words with better appetite. What is the meaning of this? Why does Casca behave in such irritable manner? This rough manner makes his great intelligence more enjoyable, which enables men to understand his words with more appreciation. Brutus, and so it is for this time. I will leave you. मैं अब जा रहा हूँ. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I'll come home to you, or if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you. So, previously, Brutus was not so willing to speak to Cassius about the important matters. मगर अब Brutus खुद केसियस से बात करना चाहता था. केसियस भी उसके घर आ सकता था और वो केसियस के घर जा सकता था, मगर नेक्स्ट डे वो दोनों मिलने वाले थे. एंड व्हाट वुड दे डिसाइड? दैट इज गोइंग टू बी इंटरेस्टिंग. I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Carefully watch how things move. Think about the political situation. Exit Brutus, and Cassius is there on the stage alone. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, tum ek honorable insan ho. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. Important. Your noble nature can be changed into a different form as metal can be twisted out of shape. Look at the annotation now. Here is a pun on the word metal. Metal means nature, and metal means things like iron that can be shaped into a different form by heating and twisting. Cassius को ये यकीन था कि जल्द ही वो ब्रूटस को अपनी ओर खींच लेगा. ब्रूटस का जो कॉन्फिडेंस है वो completely win over कर पाएगा. And Brutus will join him in the conspiracy against Julius Caesar. Therefore, it is meet, it is proper that noble minds keep ever with their likes. It is proper that noble persons should remain in company with noble persons. Otherwise, however strong their mind be, they could easily be tempted by other persons. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Noble people easily tempt हो सकते हैं. इसीलिए noble minds को noble minds के साथ ही रहना चाहिए. Caesar doth bear me hard. Caesar dislikes me, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, अगर Cassius Brutus होता तो क्या होता? और Brutus अगर Cassius होता तो क्या होता? He should not humor me. He would not be able to work on me and change my mind. अगर मैं Brutus की जगह होता तो क्या होता? Cassius मुझे influence नहीं कर पाता. This is self-praise. Cassius is praising himself. Such a shrewd person, such a cunning person. I will this night, this is his plan, very important. I will this night, aaj raat, in several hands, in different handwritings, letters written in many handwritings, in several hands, in at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name. What will he do? He will plant forged letters in different handwritings. Tonight, I will throw letters into Brutus's house through his windows in different handwritings, as if they were written by different citizens, all highlighting the great respect that Roman citizens have of his name. रोम में ब्रूटस को सब पसंद करते हैं, सब बहुत इज्जत के नजरों से देखते हैं, और मैं ये चिट्ठी में लिखूंगा, डायरेक्टली लिखूंगा. Wherein, obscurely, और क्या लिखूंगा? Indirectly hint at Caesar's ambition. Wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. I will hint at, in an indirect manner, Caesar's ambitious nature. I will show Brutus how Caesar is going to be a tyrant. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure. What is the meaning of this? Let Caesar think that his position is secure, for we will shake him or worse days endure. In the letters, Caesar's ambitions will be hinted at indirectly, and after that, it will certainly not be possible for Caesar to keep himself in power, because we will remove him from power, we will shake him from power, and if we don't, worse days endure, we will have to suffer a more oppressive future. So this is the plan of Cassius. This is the conspiracy hatched by Cassius against Julius Caesar. He will overthrow Caesar and he will teach him a lesson. And this shows Cassius's jealousy of Caesar. He is against Caesar. उसे सीजर बहुत नापसंद है और वो सीजर को पार से, रोमन थ्रोन से हटाना चाहता है. Dear students, this is the end of today's session, and I have already discussed the questions and answers from this Act 1, Scene 2. Do check the pinned comment section and you will find all the important reference material.